Hello everyone. I'm going to play a video for you right now that will teach you how to vibrate at a specific frequency in order to manifest what you want.
I have 3 pendulums set up, each with a mass of 100 grams. 2 of them are at the same length and 1 is at a different length. When I oscillate one, its back and forth frequency attempts to transfer energy to the other 2 pendulums. However, this energy transfer only results in increasing amplitude for the pendulum of the same length. The shorter pendulum has a different natural frequency.
This is the most powerful strategy for getting things into your life. You've certainly heard us preach about how important it is to increase your frequency in order to live the life you want to live, but I've lately started conducting studies on the subject. How do you go about boosting your vibrations frequency? What efforts can you take in particular to boost your frequency so that it vibrates at the same level as your ideal life? In today's video, we will go over these issues in detail. Limiting beliefs have proven to be a major setback when it comes to manifesting desires. If you want to dive deeper into manifestation and get rid of limiting beliefs and maintain your positive affirmations, get your free manifestation planner down in the link below. Consciousness is intrinsically tied to vibrational frequency. When your frequency is low, your degree of consciousness decreases correspondingly. When your frequency is high, you are in a higher state of consciousness and your perception is enhanced. However, when you are at a low frequency, your perspective is limited because your ego inhibits the flow of life force and source energy. It also limits the flow of intuition and love through your mind and body. The lower your vibrational frequency, the less you can grip. This is because your ego is also blocking the flow of love because you are allowing a bigger flow of life energy through your mind and body while holding a high vibration and radiating unconditional and non-judgmental love. The greater your vibratory frequency, the more you are able to comprehend. This is due to the increased connection between your mind and body. Everyone who comes into contact with the energy field of someone who is full of love raises their level of consciousness. So, what actually governs your frequency? A biological feedback system determines how you feel. Your feelings are programmed to offer you a mirror picture of your current vibration at all times. As you saw in the earlier clip, there are a billion different frequencies within that range, but what's most important when thinking about increasing your vibration to match that of the life you want is to first distinguish between what a negative vibration is and what a positive vibration is. So you might think about vibration in terms of negative and positive, and within that spectrum, there are a billion distinct frequencies. The way you are feeling right now will be the best signal for you. Suppose you are feeling an emotion that makes you feel bad. In that case, you are most likely in a condition of low vibration, also known as a negative vibration. If, on the other hand, you are feeling an emotion that makes you feel good, this is biological evidence that you are in a state of high vibration, also known as a positive vibration. As a result, raising your vibration necessitates consciously instilling sentiments of either joy or happiness inside yourself. What is it that makes you feel something? Everything is in your mind. Your thoughts are vibrations, and your emotions are a mirror of those vibrations. We continually choose what to think throughout our lives, and those thoughts might vibrate at a high, low, or anywhere in between. If you want to raise your vibration, you should consider what you are thinking about and if it makes you feel happy or sad. The ultimate advantage is to select thoughts that make you happy and fulfilled. On an emotional level, nothing is more important than the thoughts you've been having and anything you've been paying attention to or focused on. This is what allows a person to maintain an extremely high frequency. You must avoid focusing on things that make you feel bad while you are around people who have a very low frequency. To sustain a high vibration, you must instead focus on things that make you happy. You must avoid focusing on things that make you feel awful the next time you are with people with high vibrations. Let me give you an example. Consider a doctor who visits a large number of patients in hospitals. If a doctor enters into a patient's bedside and immediately concentrates on the injustice that insurance companies are doing to them, the patient's terrible state, or the profound pain that they are suffering, neither the doctor nor the patient will benefit. Instead of displaying unconditional love for the patients, the physician focuses negatively on the patients and the situations in which they find themselves. Furthermore, the physician is unable to be present for the patients despite the fact that this is what the patients require the most. When they have a low vibration, they need you to be 100% there with them. They additionally require you to show unconditional affection and a positive mindset. If I walk into a hospital room with someone who is unwell and focus on their disease rather than their recovery, my frequency will immediately decrease. Instead, what are our alternatives in this situation? We must enter the room while keeping our focus on the image we have of them in the best possible health. We focus on everything that might provide them with further relief. We focus on the fact that they are eternal creatures who produce abundantly. We focus on how comforting it is to hold someone's hand while they're lying in bed, staring into their eyes, and assuring them that there is nothing to be afraid of, that they are not alone, and that there is nothing to be afraid of. If you do this, you will be able to supply them with unconditional love and high vibrational energy, because it will allow you to be totally there for them. If you are currently preoccupied with negative thoughts, meditation is one of the most beneficial things you can do. We pay attention to our thoughts when we meditate, and we have the potential to redirect that attention to more pleasant concepts. It is significantly easier to shift from a bad place by detecting it and then redirecting your attention to think of other things that are positive after that notice has been established. As a result, meditation is a highly successful practice. You may also try stepping into the observing mind, which implies that instead of judging or critiquing your own ideas, you just sit there, separate yourself from them, and observe them. When you see something without putting judgment on it, you are essentially staring at a concept without interacting with it. When we link ourselves to the concept that a thought is either true or false, we are investing in that thought. When you're paying attention to your thoughts, it doesn't matter if they're accurate or not. You're probably picturing yourself watching them pass by like clouds in the sky since they're only thoughts. Don't form an opinion based on what you see. Allow your ego to feel and express whatever it needs to, whether that's wrath, sadness, or a sense of superiority over others. If you need to shout, yell, pound a pillow, or do whatever you need to, do it. Writing down your sentiments might also be helpful, so do it if necessary. What you're doing right now is releasing some of that bottled up energy. Always seeing yourself in the life you desire is the single most powerful strategy to place yourself in a vibrational frequency that is aligned with your life goals, resulting in happy sensations being aroused inside you. Because every one of us is unique. You are the only one who fully understands what brings out the best in you and what makes you happy, which is why you should have the most trust in yourself. There are literally an unlimited amount of things we might do to raise our vibration. Still, I'll offer you some ideas on how to increase your frequency. First and foremost, you must intentionally and constructively change your lifestyle, as well as your beliefs, concerns, and judgments. Use your intuition on this issue, since you may already have a decent notion of the types of things in your life that need to be adjusted in order for you to live in high frequency. Music comes in second. Music is one of the most powerful vibrational weapons we have since it bypasses the ego and crosses all boundaries. The ego isn't going to stand a chance against music's high frequency. As a result, when you listen to music, you are influencing your own vibration to become in tune with the frequency of the song. This is due to the fact that music has a frequency. It's critical to be absolutely open and honest about the kind of music that make you happy. This takes us to the third point. These might be spiritual guides, friends, or even animals. It's also possible that they're crystals. Nature is an excellent illustration of anything with a very high frequency, since it is in a state of non-resistance. This is why nature serves as an excellent model. You will entrain with a higher frequency whenever you are exposed to something that functions at a higher frequency, and your frequency will grow as long as you are exposed to that higher frequency if you do something inspiring. As a result, read novels that make you feel good about yourself. This takes us to the fourth point. Consider reading the book, which is suggested farther down in the video's description. Watching films that uplift your mood and motivate you may be quite good. Finally, pay attention to spiritual leaders who can educate you and help you see the magnificence that already exists inside you. 5. Engage in some physical exercise. Moving your body not only generates energy for your body to use, but it also oxygenates your brain. Endorphins, or compounds that increase frequency, are released into the body. As a consequence of this activity, make sure that the activity you engage in is one that you love rather than one that you are forcing yourself to do, since this will work against your objective of increasing your frequency. Option 6 is aromatherapy or color therapy. In the same way that listening to music trains your brain to recognize the frequency of the sound, aromatherapy and color therapy will train your brain to recognize the frequency of whatever component was used to generate the scent, as well as the frequency of the color you were focused on. The 7th piece of advice is to keep a gratitude notebook or a record of good things and to write in it frequently. If you have difficulty writing, you may not absolutely need to keep a journal for this purpose. Instead, you may keep a diary. The act of putting pen to paper takes effort, and this effort enhances the vibration of whatever you were focused on. As a result, I've discovered that writing is quite good in terms of aiding you to retain a high frequency. If you're driving and notice a billboard with a brilliant color, remark something like, "I like the color of that billboard," or "I like the fact that the mother was holding her child's hands." Whatever it is that you are seeing, speak the positive. This is just another approach to work on improving the vibration. This is an example of a positive concentration that will result in an increase in your body's vibration. It is critical to maintain a state of gratitude, as well as an attitude of appreciation and a positive outlook. The vibrational resonance of this state of appreciation is similar to the vibration of the source energy. When you look at something with gratitude, you feel pure love that is not conditional in any way. Spend some time in water. Tip number 8. Light is the manifestation that keeps the most identical frequency to that of pure source energy. Water is only second in frequency to pure source energy since its frequency is so comparable. When you spend time in water, you will resonate at a frequency very near to the frequency of the water source. This is why having a shower or bath feels so pleasant, and why we believe that these activities purify us in some manner. This is because they do, vibrationally speaking. 9. Do absolutely unprompted acts of compassion. You send and spread love outwards while you are in high vibration. I'll be releasing a video shortly about performing random acts of kindness. It is one of the most effective things you can do to boost your body's vibration. Number 10 is inquiry. Any type of inquiry will take you to greater levels of awareness and free you from the illusion of fear and constraints, because profound introspection allows you to understand yourself better and think creatively outside of customary constraints. Maintaining a high frequency becomes easier as one's self-awareness improves. Laughter and smiling are the 11th commandment. Your vibration will quickly rise in reaction to anything that makes you grin or laugh, regardless of what you believe, say, see, or are surrounded by. Laughter is a natural effect of a higher frequency. It is the result of your heightened vibration, helping you to release some of the great energy that you have been holding on to. As a result, devote part of your time to deliberately seeking out the things that make you joyful and make you laugh out loud. If you want to succeed, you must commit to happiness and prioritize your personal fulfillment over anything else in your life. To increase your frequency, you should avoid unpleasant surroundings that sap your joy. You do not have the luxury of thinking negatively since you cannot afford to. To be clear, it is totally acceptable to experience negative thoughts. The goal of this is not for you to become annoyed with yourself because you had those thoughts. You do not have to resist negative thoughts. This opposition, on the other hand, can be compared to fighting fire with fire. Therefore, you should just accept the reality that you are currently in this situation. Express it in a healthy way, and then focus on feeling better emotionally. Remember that everything that makes you joyful will help you raise your frequency. When it comes to raising your frequency to achieve your life objectives, you have to vibrate at the same frequency as someone who has already achieved your life goals. Another thing to note is that none of the options I've shown you so far are the ones that are causing you to spend more time in surroundings that increase your frequency. This is due to the fact that nothing can impose itself on your reality. It is still your choice whether or not to assume or adopt that vibration as your own and engage with it when you follow my advice, for example, when you present anything vibrating at a high frequency, such as music, a scent, or a person. When you use the tactics I've discussed, for example, when you introduce someone, it's those things that vibrate at a high frequency. This is always a choice. We may not be aware that we are making that decision at times, but it is always a choice regardless of how it feels. Remember that your feelings are the best indicator of the frequency and vibration at which you are working. Also, if you want to vibrate at the frequency that corresponds to your dreams, you must have the sentiments of someone who has already received everything they have wished for. As a result, the higher your vibration, the better you feel. If you're still reading, I want to thank you for staying with me until the end because it really is that simple. If you could leave a comment with the words high frequency, I'll make it a point to react to each one. I wish you a wonderful weekend.